What's up, guys? Sports Estimators back with another soccer video for you guys today. Today we'll be giving you guys our playoff bracket for the Apertura 2025 Liguilla and also a rewind of Apertura 2006 Liguilla because we found a lot of similarities between this upcoming Liguilla and the Apertura 2006 one. So this Liguilla was one of the best Liguillas ever. It had the Cuatro Grandes, Chivas, Pumas, Cruz Azul, América, but the other four teams were no slouches either. You had Pachuca, who would go on to win the Sudamericana that same season. You had Toluca with club legends such as Vicente Sanchez, Ciña, and Paulo da Silva, Cristante, and Marioni. You had Monterrey with Loco Abreu, Luis Perez, Felipe Baloy, El Cabrito Arellano, and Atlas with a young, curly-haired Andres Guardado, Tito Villa, Hugo Rodallega, and El Negro Medina. But the super leader was actually Cruz Azul.
Yeah, and we had Conejo Perez, Wiki, Carmona, Cata Dominguez, Israel Lopez, Torrado, Richard Núñez, Sabá, Chelito Delgado, and Villaluz. And not to mention Pumas, who was led by El Tuca Ferretti, and they had Pablo Barrera, Hector Moreno, Dario Verón, Israel Castro, and Leandro Augusto.
Yep. And, of course, América with Cuau, Cabañas. That team was stacked. They had Bozo on that team. That team had Ricardo Rojas. They had Julio Davino. They had Oscar Rojas and El Gringo Castro.
Oh, yeah.
As well as, obviously, Ochoa, Germán Villa. And to cap it off, Chivas, who actually won the whole tournament with, their... I feel like this is every Chivas' fan, like, favorite team.
Yeah.
Like with Ramoncito, Bofo, Omar Bravo, Alberto Medina, Oswaldo Sanchez, Reynoso,
yeah.
But this was also a crazy Liguilla because, like we said, Chivas ended up winning the whole thing, but they won the whole thing as the 8th seed.
As the 8th seed, knocking off the super leader, my Cruz Azul.
Yep. And then they would go on to play América, and they would knock out América as well. And then they would go to that final with Toluca, and that was a crazy game.
That was a crazy game, yeah.
To close out the tournament in El Nemesio Des because they were down.
Yeah, I remember.
And then it took that crazy Bofo Bautista goal to win it all. And honestly, as an América fan, I always didn't really rate Bofo. I think he was a good player, but I didn't like how people would compare him to Cuau. But I did gain a lot of respect for him because I think his mom had recently passed.
Yeah.
And when he scored that goal, he like dedicated it to her. And when I heard that story, I was like, dang, like,
Yeah, you could see all the emotions pouring out as he's going to celebrate. And he's kneeling down and all his teammates are hugging him.
Yeah,
and
that's definitely like an iconic moment in the league. But yeah, given that Chivas' path to the final, it kind of... There's a lot of similarities potentially to this Liguilla because, they do have a quarterfinal matchup with Cruz Azul.
And a lot of people knocked Chivas out this season. At the beginning of the season, they were almost damn near 16th place. And everybody thought, they need to chalk their season. It's over. And somehow, after a loss of Cruz Azul, they bounced back by beating América.
Mm-hmm.
And from there on out, they win almost damn near 10 straight.
Mm-hmm. They've been on a roll. So, should we hop over to the bracket?
Yes, sir.
Our bracket for this Liga MX Apertura 2025
preview.
Play-in.
You want to start off with the play-in games?
Yeah. Which one do you want? Do you want to do should we do Tijuana Juárez? Because that'll kind of determine who
plays who.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So I like Tijuana to beat Juárez.
Yep.
I think playing at home is going to be a huge advantage for them because we've talked all season long about how Tijuana is a better team at home, and especially since Juárez isn't good away. And Juarez has really struggled to close out the season. They only managed 5 points out of a possible 18
Yep.
to close out the season. So I like Tijuana to win.
Yeah, I like Tijuana to win as well, and the winner of that, which obviously would be Tijuana, they'd go on to play Tigres. But ultimately, like how you said, Juarez has been playing very poorly as compared to the beginning of the season, where it looked like they were just dominating at home in particular. But Xolos almost seemed like a dark horse, but in the last couple games away, you saw that, that's kind of like their Achilles heel is not playing at home. But playing at home in this match favors them a lot. So I think everybody has Xolos winning.
All right, let's do Pachuca versus Pumas to determine who plays
Yes, sir.
Juarez. I'm going with Pumas. I think it's crazy that they fired Jimmy Lozano at this point in the season.
Yep.
Like, they didn't give him a chance to do the play-in, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna bite them.
Yep.
And where, especially since Pumas has won their last two and Pachuca has lost their last two. So it's teams that are have opposite forms.
Yeah.
And I just have a feeling that Pumas is gonna find a way to win this game.
Yeah. But like how you said, I don't know why Pachuca fired Jimmy Lozano, but I think Jimmy Lozano had that locker room torn from what I've seen. And Pumas, unfortunate news, which they've lost JJ Macias, who tore his ACL, meniscus, and basically every damn near ligament in your knee that you possibly could tear. And he's out another 9 months.
Bro.
But I think there will be a suspension to Carrasquilla, who broke my keeper, Kevin Mier's tibia. I think rumors are that he's going to be either suspended 1 or 2 games. So he could potentially miss out on the repechaje. But I have Pumas to ultimately win as well.
All right. So we both have Juarez playing Pumas for that last playoff spot. Who do you got?
I have Pumas winning that, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going back and forth with that game. I got Juarez because they actually beat Pumas already 3-1 in the regular season. And like how we just talked about, they're a different team at home.
Yeah.
And even though Juarez struggled, despite those struggles, they were still pretty good at home. They did lose last week to Querétaro at home, but if you watch that game, they should have won that game. They dominated Querétaro. I was very tempted to pick Pumas, but I had to go with Juarez because I think they've been the more consistent team. Yeah. Even though it does seem that Pumas is more in form right now.
Yeah, and I think Pumas has the better quality of players to get a dub, especially in this case scenario where it's like a must win.
That's true.
I feel like they have the most experienced players to get this dub.
I have faith in Efrain Juarez.
Yeah,
to come through and make some noise because that fool talks a lot.
He talks a lot, and that same way that he talks, I think he finds a way to get the best out of his players. Yeah. Which ultimately we saw against Cruz Azul, where damn near going into the half we were winning 2-1, and then they seemingly found a way to turn the switch on and turn it around. So.
Yep.
Shout out to Efrain Juarez, but he does say a lot of dumb stuff. So,
all right, quarterfinals. Yes. So, Toluca, I think, is gonna play Juarez.
Yep.
You think they're gonna play Pumas?
Yes, sir.
What do you got in that one?
I have Toluca. No matter which way
they win. Yeah, I was like, I think the play-in games are gonna be very competitive. Yeah. It was hard to pick for me. But once I realized they're gonna play Toluca and Tigres, I'm like, it's kind of a bit
chalk.
Yeah,
yeah.
I definitely like Toluca to win. They're on an 11-game unbeaten run. I just think they're gonna be too much for Juarez.
Yeah,
and
or Pumas. Yeah.
All right, next game, America versus Monterrey. I think America finds a way to win. I think Jardinez's tactical versatility will play a big role in America advancing. But I'm not confident because Monterrey is as talented of a team as anybody in the league. And America I think they're playing pretty well, but they just got Zendejas back last week, so I don't think he's, in his best form. I don't think Fidalgo's playing at his best. There's a lot of question marks for me offensively. I still don't think they're as cohesive or in tune. Because even though like Brian's in good form, Maxi's in good form, I still think they're trying to figure each other out.
Yeah.
But I think Monterrey kind of has a similar problem too.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I think the America's experience will help them prevail against Monterrey.
Yeah. And I think it was very hard for me to pick a winner out of these two as well. But ultimately, Jardine is a juggernaut to be reckoned with in Liguilla specifically. So that's why I'm barely notching America to win over Monterrey. Monterrey, like how we said before, it seems like they struggle to find a style of play, and they just rely on their players to somehow find a way to win. And defensively, they are astronomically disastrous.
They made a lot of mistakes
against that Chivas team.
Yeah.
Even the goalie with the Chicharito goal, like Chicharito should have never. 9 times out of 10, he never scores a goal. Right there with the goalie kind of covering the post.
Yeah.
But I would not be surprised if Monterrey finds a way to win, and we see the demise of America. But that's wishful thinking, and ultimately, I think America gets the job done. But both of these teams go in maybe their worst form that we've seen lately.
Yeah, maybe.
America has struggled to play any of the top teams. Because if America were to advance, I think any matchup that you give them is going to look very difficult for them to reach the final.
Yeah.
And I don't have them reaching a final this tournament.
We'll see. For now, let's go to the Tigres versus Tijuana.
Yes, sir.
What do you like in that one?
I have Tigres winning. Damn near 13 games unbeaten. Tigres have found...
Exactly 13 games unbeaten.
Yeah. 13 games unbeaten, and I don't think... The only team that I think maybe possibly gives Tigres a fight is Toluca. Other than that, somehow Gudiño has found... right? Is it Gudiño? Pizarro, sorry. Pizarro has found a way to make his team just play very well, cohesively with each other. And I just... like, they're a force to be reckoned with in this league as well.
Yeah, I think Tigres is damn near underrated. I feel like they've gone underneath the radar all season because everyone's either talked about Cruz Azul or Toluca, and even us with Monterrey, we were buying into the talent that they had.
Yeah,
and I think Tigres kind of went under the radar. But like we said, 13-game unbeaten run. I thought Chivas was the hottest team in the league, but it's Tigres. And I don't want to go too much into detail right now because I got them going, let's just say, pretty far. But yeah, I definitely like Tigres to beat Tijuana. And lastly, the last quarterfinal matchup, Cruz Azul taking on Chivas. Will we see a repeat of the 2006 Apertura Liguilla? Do you want me to go first or you want to?
Yeah, go ahead and go first.
Okay. So, Chivas... like we talked about just now, it seems to be that they're on the path that they were on in 2006. They got hot at the right time.
Yep.
And the first team in their way is Cruz Azul.
Yep.
But they're not going to beat them this time. I'm going with Cruz Azul.
Okay.
Cruz Azul was my preseason favorite to win the whole tournament. Cruz Azul is the better team. Chivas might be in better form right now, even though I think that's debatable. But I just see Cruz Azul dominating possession. Or maybe not dominating, but comfortably outpossessing Chivas.
Yep.
And I think Cruz Azul's defense, even though they can make mistakes, I think overall they're still a solid defensive team. So I see Chivas struggling to penetrate them. And I just think Cruz Azul is, like, no pun intended, but they're just a well-oiled machine. When you watch them play, you can tell that each player knows where their teammates are going to be. They have they just have good chemistry with each other.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think I'm not going to go too into detail because I got them advancing, but Cruz Azul has just as talented a team as anybody in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand Chivas has turned their season around, honestly.
Yep.
But I just think Chivas ultimately just lacks the quality to be a team like Cruz Azul, especially since it's two legs.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
So that's my take.
Well, like how you said, Chivas is the hardest team, but Chivas, with one of the top goal scorers this season, Hormiga, he possesses all the qualities to make it difficult for Cruz Azul to defend. His ability to score with headers is Cruz Azul's biggest weakness because we don't defend the ball very well a la pelota parada.
Okay.
Also, both teams play very similar in style. They both play with a high back line, having Romero and Lira play similar roles as each other. We also have our wingbacks to attack the flanks, who Chivas' wingbacks are very well at crossing in that ball into the 18. But if you were to make me pick between Brian Gonzalez and Ricky Ledesma over Rotondi and Jorge Sanchez, I'd pick Gonzalez and Ledesma every day.
Really?
Yeah, Ledesma sneakingly has 5 assists this season. And not only that, but Cruz Azul will be without Kevin Mier. And their only advantage in this matchup is our midfield. We'd have to control the midfield, obviously, and find a way to disrupt Chivas' high press. Our advantage in this matchup, though, is that we're closing out the game in Seoul, which we have almost 24 games unbeaten there. And having the higher seed, a tie solidifies our path to the semifinals. But I think with how hot Chivas has been, and with their forwards, which Hormiga being as hot as he has been, I think Chivas pull the upset.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're picking Chivas?
Uh-huh.
Dang. That's crazy.
I'm picking Chivas. I mean, like, it's...
Oh, I know what you're doing.
I'm studying you. The pudding is there, bro.
I'm studying you.
When a team is this hot...
I changed my America pick then.
When a team is this hot, bro, I mean, like, what? Tell me one way we could beat them.
Here's the thing. I went back and I looked at Chivas, and I think people are overhyping how hot they are, because obviously we all point to the game against America as the turning point, which it was, but they got skunked by Toluca. They lost to Querétaro. I can't remember exactly what the other result was. I think they tied Tigres in between that. So it's not like they've just been, beating every team that they play.
Yeah.
And the teams that they have beaten outside of Monterrey, who we talked about made a lot of mistakes, they kind of beat themselves in a way. Monterrey.
Yeah, they did.
So, not trying to sound like I'm hating on Chivas, but I think there's context to be added to how they've been playing.
Yeah. One thing I do want to note, though, the number 6 seed has never won the league.
Really?
Yeah, they never won the league. And also, the only teams that could possibly stop this Chivas team, though, is Toluca and Tigres.
And America.
I think they beat America in a two-seeded match.
I think they could beat them in a one-off game, but I don't think over the course of 2 legs, they could.
I think just how hot they've been playing, I think, and mind you, in this Cruz Azul and Chivas matchup and this whole Liguilla, they have nothing to lose. Nothing. Because look at the way they've played their whole season so far.
That's true. They do kind of have nothing to lose.
So
Milito, you got to give Milito a lot of credit for turning the team around.
Yeah. I mean, it's like damn near if I'm watching myself coach that team, because it's exactly how I would have done it.
All right, so let's move on to the semifinals. So Oh, we actually agree that the one semifinal would be Toluca versus America.
Yeah.
We agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of hopping on your train of thought, and I'm going with Toluca.
Yeah.
Because I think they're more informed.
Mm-hmm.
I might have overestimated Alexis Vega's impact on this Toluca team.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think they would fall apart, but I think he was going to be a significant absence.
Yeah.
And so far, it hasn't looked that way. Toluca still looks very, very impressive without him. And I think he would be back at this point if they make it that far. We still have to see if he still hit the ground running like how he was before. Yeah. But I just think with America's, like I talked about earlier, Zendejas is just coming back. Fidalgo isn't at his best. There's just too many question marks for me with America right now. And it hurts me to not pick them because, obviously Toluca beat them in the final last year. So I would hate for them to knock out America again. But, hopefully I jinxed them.
Yeah, no, and ultimately, I mean, like how I've touched on this before, Toluca's starting 11 is damn near the best 11 in the whole league. Even though Monterrey has the top heavy names that they have. Paulinho, one of the top goal scorers this season. Helinho, one of the most dominating midfielders. Nico Castro as well, being one of the
top assisters.
Yes, sir. And that midfield with Marcel Ruiz and Romero, Jesus Christ. And then Toluca's defense with Pereira and Bruno Mendes. The only weak spot that I see for Toluca is Hugo Gonzalez. Is their goalie. But
former America player.
Yeah.
He might sell. He's going to sell and they're going to come through.
I just don't see a way America beats this team, especially in the form that they've been playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got Toluca winning.
Yeah, I think especially since they would close out at
Messi, like how I told you.
That's another thing I underestimated is how
much impact
they kind of give like Liverpool at Anfield vibes.
Yeah, bro, that's like exactly the same.
The kids, the atmosphere, I think it's because the stadiums are kind of very it seems like they're very compact.
Yeah,
they're just tough places to play.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next semifinal. I actually have Tigres versus Cruz Azul. So you would have Tigres versus Chivas. Who do you favor in that matchup?
Tigres versus Chivas. That's a hard one. So repeat.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go first.
So for me, I actually really struggled with this because I really think Cruz Azul might be the team that imposes their playing style better than any other team in the league. But ultimately, I picked Tigres because Tigres allowed the fewest goals out of every team with 16. So to me, how I see it is I think Tigres has better players than Cruz Azul as far as like their top end talent.
Yeah.
And offensively, they have a lot of options. We've talked about their depth with the wingers, but they could even play basically three different options as a number 9 because we've seen them play Correa by himself up there. But, they still have Guignac. They still have Ibanez. So you're telling me that the team with the most offensive talent is also the team that allowed the fewest goals defensively?
Yeah.
That's ultimately what made me decide to pick Tigres over Cruz Azul.
Yeah.
I think one thing about Cruz Azul is I do like how a lot of their players, especially their midfield players, have similar characteristics. But I think with teams against Tigres, you kind of need that kind of like versatility in the midfield. And I think they have that. To some extent, they do have that. But I just feel like Cruz Azul lacks those players that you give them the ball and you're like, oh, create something for me. Particularly on the wing. And that partially has to do with the system because you guys play with wing backs. You don't play with like wingers.
Yeah.
So that's not really what you guys want to do.
No.
You know, you guys tend to overload the midfield and build the ball up slowly and stuff like that. But I think you need those players that when teams are sitting in the low block, that you can just give them the ball and they can break schemes by dribbling and taking players on one-on-one on the outside. So I think that's one thing that Cruz Azul lacks as opposed to Tigres. And one minor detail about Cruz Azul, and maybe this is kind of a little bit of allowing like their reputation to precede them, but I think at times Cruz Azul still tends to beat themselves, particularly with their players getting red cards. Because we saw them a couple games this season where they either tied or ended up losing because of like a rash defensive challenge. So I feel like that's something to look out for too.
Yeah. And one thing to also note during this whole Liguilla phase, Cruz Azul has to go to Dubai and play the Intercontinental Cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I think it's
in the middle of it?
In the middle of it, bro.
Do you know exactly when it would like fall in?
I think it's 2000.
Like it'd be
December
in between...
18th. So it'd be somewhere in between the semifinal or after the semifinal.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So there's also that, which, Jesus Christ, is like, how do you manage basically two tournaments at the same time where you're fighting for the championship? So, I mean, I looked forward to this Liguilla a lot, but once Kevin Mier got cracked last week, bro, that shit damn near ruined my whole weekend.
Like I told you, bro, it could be a blessing in disguise. You don't know. Because he does chalk sometimes.
And it's true. It could be a blessing in disguise because, like how you said, he does chalk it sometimes. And defensively, everybody is going to play up to par to not allow Gudiño to get shots off on him. Even though he is a better shot blocker, in my opinion, but he just doesn't hold that high line where we could have that high press on the team and have them kind of surrounded in their own half, where Gudiño doesn't really have that ability to play, with his feet and have that long ball to transition from, to transition a counterattack. So that's something where we then have to rely heavily on our midfield to carry the ball from transitioning from offense to defense to offense.
So, but you guys have the depth to do it though, particularly the midfield.
We do, but it's just like,
I feel like you guys have more options than any other team.
Yeah, but then you look at our forwards and it's just...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like you guys like that. Like, who would you say is their best player? Like, I don't know if you can say definitively, like, oh, this guy's for sure. You know what I mean?
It's like a whole collective that plays pretty well. So it's
which is good. I feel like it's good, like, during the regular season, but come the Liguilla time, I feel like you need somebody to step up.
And then with, like, Tigres, it's like, if you take out, Correa out, you still have Bruneta. If you take Bruneta out, you still have Guiñac. If you take Guiñac out, you have Gorarian, you have Nico Ibanez, bro. Yeah. It's like... And then their wing row, not even to mention their wingers, where they have goddamn, like, enough wingers to feed, like...
Yeah. Linus is in form.
Linus, bro. Like...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So you have Tigres beating Chivas?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for that reason alone. And because this is where... what is that called? Chivas is gonna lack that what's the word I'm looking for?
Like experience?
Experience. They're gonna lack that experience in Liguilla, where damn near this whole team has almost damn near tasted what its super pause, what it's like to win a championship. Yeah. So Tigres is not a force to reckon with in Liguillas as well.
It's funny, I thought before we kind of like locked in and started like doing like our research for the bracket, I was kind of sleeping on Tigres too, but I'm surprised we both have the same final to look at Tigres.
To look at Tigres, yeah. So and it's hard for me not to pick Cruz Azul, but in the pickle and situation they're in, with no Kevin Mier and having to leave to Dubai and then come back to play the Liguilla again. Yeah. It's damn near impossible if they pull it off to somehow get a final in one of those two tournaments. Yeah. I guess it's a dub, but I'd rather take the Liga MX trophy over
For sure.
the Intercontinental Cup. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. We'll see what the outlook is, but yeah. I spoke too soon, way too soon last week, bro.
For my bracket, my concern though is that I don't have enough upsets. You know, because we both have the 1 seed and the 2 seed.
Yeah.
In the final. So, but I mean, we just got to go with who we think is actually going to win. You know?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. The final. Do you want to go first or me?
I could go first. So ultimately, at the beginning, it'd be played in Tigres Stadium. What is it called?
El Volcán.
El Volcán.
Which is one of the best home field advantages as well.
This final, though, is going to be super lit if it's Toluca and Tigres, because they both have that atmosphere to, where their fans get into it.
Yeah.
And also, the final is going to be played on Christmas, so that's going to be pretty cool. And if we all remember, Tigres has won a final on Christmas, specifically against America. But that doesn't determine who I have winning my final. I think in the Volcan, it's going to be a 1-1. Very difficult game. And then in Mesio 10, which I'm starting to love that stadium, bro. Even though, like, I'm a Cruz Azul fan, that stadium is fucking sick, bro. That's one of the most underrated Liga MX stadiums, I think.
Yeah.
But I also have that game being a tie, going into overtime and potentially penalties.
Okay.
And I think
I could see that.
Nahuel Guzman chalks it.
Really?
Toluca, bicampeones.
Okay.
But I don't know, man. It could go either way.
Yeah. For me, I think because, like, the whole bicampeón doesn't happen often. Like, obviously, America is coming off of a 3-peat, so technically they did it twice. And then, Atlas did it a couple years ago. But prior to that, it had been, like, 20 years.
20 years.
Since somebody had done it. So,
yeah,
it's very hard to do. And for that, not just for that reason, but it's hard for me to see, like, another back-to-back champion. And if we remember last season, Toluca was the one that knocked out Tigres in the semis. So I think Tigres is going to be hungry to get the revenge. And Tigres beat Toluca 4-3. Remember in that crazy game at the beginning of the season?
Yeah.
So obviously both of those teams are different versions of what they were at the beginning of the season. But I want to talk a little bit more about, reiterate just how good of a job Pizarro has done with the locker room. Because just from, like, a fan point of view, bro, it seems like they just hella fuck with each other.
Yeah.
Like, whenever somebody scores, everyone's all hyped and stuff. And I don't really see that type of camaraderie from all the teams.
Cruz Azul.
You know what I mean? Yeah, Cruz Azul, but, like, I just think the morale seems to be very high with this team. So yeah, Pizarro has done, like, masterfully managing that locker room. And again, you're telling me that the team with the most options offensively is also the best team defensively?
Yeah.
Like, to me, I see this as a Tigres championship season.
And I would not be mad at that. Gignac solidifying.
Does he retire after this? I think he should, right? Because it's like, bro.
He has to.
Yeah.
I mean, Nahuel Guzman.
If he wins, is he the GOAT extranjero?
Oh.
Because, bro, what would that give him? 6 league titles?
That'd give him 6 league titles. Something Cardoso has never done. But a lot of people pick Cardoso for how many goals he scored in a short amount of time. Well, not short amount of time, but he scored so many goals. But yeah, I think this solidifies Gignac as a GOAT.
Yeah.
Extranjero.
And, like, that whole team, like Nahuel Guzman.
Yeah.
But the only another thing too, does Pizarro win it his first season as coach? That's what I'm kind of
his first full season. Oh, that is true. This would kind of be like an Anselmi type of thing with going against Mohamed. Jardine. Damn, bro. This is gonna be a sick ass final, bro.
Yeah,
Like
if it happens this
if
way.
it happens this
But
way, which I think it would.
this Liguilla is shaping up to be like a really good one
A
because
really
it
good one,
has,
yep.
like we talked about, like that 2006 Apertura one.
Mm-hmm.
You have all the grandes, assuming Pumas makes it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have like Toluca, Tigres, Monterrey, with those are probably three of the most stacked teams
Yeah.
talent wise. So honestly, like I'm glad we started doing this for this Liguilla because I think this could be one of, if not the best Liguilla
The best
we've seen.
Liguilla we've seen, yeah, bro. I mean, we've been spoiled though, because the past couple of Liguillas have been freaking sick.
Yeah.
Like the drama.
There is always drama though.
the
now that I
Cruz
think about it.
Azul drama,
Yeah.
like every damn Liguilla. Oh my god.
It's particularly the finals.
The finals, yeah.
Do you remember that one final? I think it was like 2015, where it was like Querétaro Santos or something crazy like that, and it was like one team won the game like 4-0, and then in the second leg it was like 3-1. So it was like a competitive game.
Yeah.
But it's like there's always crazy games like that, especially in the final for Liga MX. So we'll see what's in store for us.
And that's what I'm saying. I think this has the recipe to go into give it that drama where it goes into overtime, goes into penalties. Nahuel Guzman, blocks Paulinho, and here comes Guignac sealing it all, putting his bow tie on his career in Liga MX.
That'd be crazy. That'd be sick.
I'm changing my opinion. Tigres. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm sticking with Toluca because, I mean, Mohamed is gonna find a way to outsmart Pizarro.
Another thing too, why now that I think about it, why I didn't pick Toluca is because going back to the Alexis Vega thing. Like I think he'll be available by then, but it's like is he gonna be the same?
Yeah, and they have him doing some bullshit ass workouts, which that's one of my pet peeves with Mexican football, bro. They're trainers, bro. What the are you guys making them do?
I haven't seen that. Is it that bad?
It's just like, bro, just have them lift some weights, bro. He's making them do some freaking cable exercises. Like, that just make no sense, bro. But whatever.
It's isn't there a lot of like people from Spain that are like physical therapists or like the physical trainers for the teams?
I would want to see
either Spain or Argentina.
I know Uruguay was one of Cruz Azul's, but they weren't really focusing on like strength. They were focusing more on like conditioning.
Oh, okay.
Which is why Cruz Azul was able to play the way they were playing and still kind of play the way they are because their condition is top notch.
Yeah. So we'll see. Let us know what you guys think, who you guys have making it all the way.
Yep.
The surprise team.
Let us know your guys' favorite Liguilla of all time. Because the 2006 one has to be one of my favorites. And one of my favorites, I want to say that might be slept on. Ooh, which is another super sleeper Liguilla.
I mean, the one with
the one where Pachuca won in 2016, the Clausura, with
I was thinking about that one.
Super young team.
I was thinking about that one because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I remember America played Monterrey, and that was a back and forth game. Like they were trading goals left and right, and then I think Monterrey ended up losing to Pachuca in that final.
Yeah.
So that one does stand out.
Yeah,
that was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. Even that Christmas one where America lost, that was a grateful hate watch.
Where they should have won.
That one was good. 2016?
I think
Apertura?
It was or it was December. Yeah, I think it was either Apertura 16 or 17 with my boy La Volpe.
No, because 17 was when you guys beat us.
No, that was 18.
Apertura. Oh yeah, 18. You're right.
That was a good one. God. You know which one was fun too? When Cholos won.
I just remember Cholos winning, but I don't remember like tap. I think because that was one of Cruz Azul's worst épocas. So I wasn't really watching.
Yeah,
like
I feel you. Or like when Santos was good back with Oribe and
Oh, yeah. Was Chucho on there? No.
I think he might, or not for that one. I think the one I'm thinking of is 2012, and it was like Oribe and Darwin
Yeah.
Quintero.
Darwin Quintero. Damn.
Yeah, I remember that one. But yeah.
Yeah, let us know your guys' favorite Liguilla. Let us know your guys' finalists, who you guys got winning. Any upsets that you guys think, which I think the justified upset would be Cruz Azul and Chivas, just the way Chivas have been playing. But again, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, follow us on all our socials, and remember, don't quote us
Unless we're right.
Peace.